Hello, SYBSC Physics students. This is our second session on Chapter 2, Damped Oscillations from the Physics Paper 1, that is Oscillation, Waves and Sound. In the last session, we have discussed the basic difference between free oscillations, that is also we call undamped oscillations, and this type of damped harmonic oscillations. We have discussed there are two different types of forces acting simultaneously here. One is helping the motion and one is opposing. Accordingly, we set the differential equation. Then we solve the differential equation to obtain three different cases, that is overdamped harmonic motion, critical damping motion and the underdamping harmonic motion. Out of these, we have seen first two cases are not important or they do not give any oscillatory motion, whereas third case that gives you the harmonic motion or oscillatory motion, which is here, that is shown by this diagram. And here the amplitude goes on increasing as well as energy of this oscillator also goes on decreasing. So both of things are decreasing. In the present session, we are going to discuss about the rate of decrement of energy as well as some other features of this damped oscillations. Now, before we go for actual energy calculations, I would like to show you one such simple animation. Now, this is the animation that tells you what actually happens in case of these type of three different types of damped oscillator. In case of overdamped, in case of critical damp, and in case of underdamped type of oscillator. So here we can see this critical damped oscillator comes down to equilibrium positions very immediately, whereas this first overdamped oscillator requires some more time and this is still oscillating with some amplitude as shown there. That indicates that is the basic difference between these three different types of damped oscillator. These are overdamped, critical damped and the underdamped oscillator. Such type of several animations are available on the net, and through that also we learned lot many things which is indicated here in this particular calculation. Now, when we go for energy calculation of or energy equations of this damped harmonic oscillator, try to understand in this case energy of this oscillator doesn't remain constant. This energy goes on reducing, and thereby we are interested in discussing the rate of decrement of energy. In fact, we are going to calculate this average rate of decrement of energy, that is dE bar upon dt. Again, as I said, this is a long mathematical derivation. Steps in between we are going to skip here for the time saving purpose. So we start with this first differential equation. This is called as differential equation of damped harmonic motion, given by m into d square x upon dt square plus r into dx by dt plus kx is equal to 0. Second and third terms are respectively the damping force and the last term is the restoring force. Now, if this equation is multiplied by this dx upon dt and if it is rearranged, probably we get this equation can be written as, that means multiplying this by dx by dt on all both sides and rearranging this equation, I can get this equation, that is d by dt of 1/2 into m dx upon dt square of the bracket plus 1/2 k times x square, and this term here in the middle term, that is to be taken on the right hand side, and this first term and third term they are to be taken together and they are to be written in the bracket. This term becomes negative minus r into dx upon dt square. So this is associated with this damping, that's why this is written separately, and the terms on the left hand side in this particular curly bracket, this shows me, clear analysis shows you the first term is nothing but kinetic energy, whereas the second term 1/2 kx square is nothing but potential energy of the undamped free oscillators. And we know that addition of kinetic plus addition of potential energy, that gives you total energy of the oscillator. So this operator d by dt, that tells you the rate of change of this energy, total energy, dE upon dt is equal to minus r into dx upon dt square. Now look at this term. This is the velocity square of that, and this is the damping coefficient. The quantity, now here the sign on the right hand side, sign is negative. I can shift this sign here and it becomes negative left hand side. Then r into dx upon dt square, that term will become positive. The quantity minus dE upon dt is the time rate of change of the energy, as well as it is called as dissipation of energy. Now what dissipation means? This is what the amount of energy lost by this oscillator in overcoming this opposing force, or this resistive force, or this damping force. So this is what is called as dissipation, and this is called as rate of dissipation of energy, or rate of time rate of change of energy of this oscillator. Now again, mathematical analysis shows you further this equation dE bar upon dt with negative sign, that can be found to be of this nature. This is d by dt in the bracket 1/2 m into a square omega square into e raised to minus rt upon twice m. And please note, arriving this equation, earlier we have seen that in case of damped harmonic motion, the angular frequency is p, but we are replacing this by omega by using an approximation that damping in this case is very small. Therefore both of these frequencies are approaching towards each other. So p is approaching towards omega. Then there is one more term, that is we are using this cos square theta. Average of this cos square theta, geometrically it is given by 1/2. So these two different concepts we are using here to come arrive to this equation minus dE bar upon dt. This is called as average rate of decrement of this energy, of this total energy of this damped harmonic oscillator, is equal to minus d by dt of 1/2 ma square into omega square multiplied by e raised to minus rt upon twice m. Now you find that this 1/2 ma square omega square, that was the term, or here this m into a square, this m into omega square, this particular can be replaced by this k, because k is equal to root omega is equal to root k upon m. From the first chapter only we have learned this, omega square equal to k upon m, and therefore m omega square is equal to k. So I can replace this m omega square above equation from k, and therefore writing this, now it is if I remove this operator d upon dt and negative sign both sides, I'll get expression for E bar. Average energy of this oscillator is equal to 1/2 this m omega square is to be replaced by k into a square and multiplied by e raised to minus rt upon m. Now look at this equation. This term e raised to minus rt upon m, this goes on reducing as t increases. So this is exponentially decrease, and therefore average energy, total energy of this damped harmonic oscillator, that also goes on reducing as shown by this expression. E is bar is equal to E0 bar, that is the total energy of this undamped free oscillator, multiplied by e raised to minus rt upon m. So that indicates this average energy of this oscillator goes on reducing exponentially. And here we have known this particular case, that in case of undamped free simple harmonic oscillator, this E0 is given by 1/2 m omega square into a square. Note that for a simple harmonic oscillator, everything on the right hand side is constant. Therefore this E0 is found to be constant, and that is the maximum. But in case of this undamped damped harmonic oscillator, average energy of this harmonic oscillator goes on reducing as per this formula, that is given by E0 into e raised to minus rt upon m. If we plot this graph, we are going to see this graph later on. So this is E0 maximum, and as this time increases, this particular energy goes on decreasing as shown by this particular curve here. So this is, as t increases, this energy goes on decreasing as shown by this particular expression, and this rate is decided by this term e raised to minus rt upon m. So this is what expression for this damped harmonic oscillator. In connection with that, we have to discuss one more important aspect of this, that is called as power dissipation. Now we know that power is given by work per unit time, and work is given by force into displacement divided by time. So I can use this definition here to define this power. So power, this S upon T, or displacement upon time, is nothing but velocity. So one can get the product here, this force into velocity, that is called as a power. I am using this particular definition here. So power in this case, so we are supposed to calculate the rate of dissipation of energy. For that we have to go for this P. P is given by damping force into velocity, and if it is calculated using all the displacement and all this expression earlier, so displacement expression is e raised to minus RT upon 2m into sine of omega t plus phi. Differentiating it once, will get velocity, and the damping force, we get this expression as r times a square omega square into e raised to minus RT upon m into cos square omega t plus phi. Now getting this expression of power dissipation, we can use again the same expression. We can use this average power, average of this cos square omega t plus phi, and this average of cosine term is cos square term is always equal to 1/2, and therefore average power dissipated over one cycle, that is in a single cycle of operation of oscillation of this oscillator, this energy lost or the power lost by this oscillator is given by P bar is equal to 1/2 R into a square omega square into e raised to minus RT upon m. This is the same expression which you have drawn there. The smooth curve, that is exponential curve, but here this average loss of energy is shown this type of variation as shown by this particular curve here. Now in this concern, another important parameter is defined for this type of motion, that is called as quality factor. In short, this quality factor represents the efficiency of harmonic oscillator. How efficient this oscillator is. If it is essential to be very high, then this quality factor has to be very, very high, and vice versa. So this quality factor is defined as the energy loss rate of a weakly damped oscillator. Harmonic oscillator is conveniently characterized in terms of this parameter Q, which is known as the quality factor. The quality factor Q of a damped oscillator represents its efficiency, as already we have discussed. This is the quantity in which the damping effect is expressed. So damping effect is expressed in this quantity, and the quality factor Q is defined as, so expression is given, twice pi into, okay, to have this to be a quantity as a number, we require this twice pi into E bar is the average energy or the energy stored inside this particular damped harmonic oscillator, and this is the rate, that is the amount of energy lost per cycle into the time required for that a cycle. So capital T minus capital T into dE bar upon dt is said to be the dissipation of energy by this oscillator in one oscillation, and for that case we take this capital T is the period required for one oscillation. So denominator is E, this numerator is E bar having dimensions of energy, this is also having dimensions of energy, this time gets cancelled, and therefore we get this Q is equal to purely a number. So this is the way in which we have to define this quality factor of the damped harmonic oscillator, which is given by twice pi into energy stored in the oscillator, damped harmonic oscillator, to the dissipation of energy in one cycle. So this definition gives you Q is equal to twice pi E bar upon minus T into dE bar upon dt. Now if we replace the expressions for E bar and this dE bar upon dt from this earlier this slide, we can get the final expression for the quality factor of this oscillator. Q is equal to, it comes to be m into omega upon r. Note that here this is mass of this oscillator, omega is angular frequency, and r is the damping coefficient. So these three numbers only decides what is the efficiency of this oscillator. Now if r is very large, then this efficiency of the oscillator is very small, so it won't be a good damped harmonic oscillator. If this R is small, then this type of harmonic oscillator may have a good efficiency. So that is what, when this R is made very small or almost zero, that is the case of free undamped oscillator, and in that case anything positive upon zero, if it is taken, this quality factor of this oscillator becomes infinity, and this is a special case of our free simple harmonic oscillator, and this oscillator never stops. There is no loss of energy. This type of oscillator goes on continuing in their simple harmonic motion forever, and therefore their efficiency is maximum, and that is taken to be infinity theoretically. Practically, all the oscillators, wherever they are working in whatever medium, maybe gaseous medium, maybe liquid medium, or any other, depending upon that, there is some value for R, and therefore this Q is always less than infinity, or it has some definite value. So for higher damping, Q is lower, and for lower damping, this quality factor is higher. So in case of practical oscillators, the oscillators we use in laboratory, for all such oscillators, there is always some damping, that these oscillators are kept in certain medium, and this medium opposes the motion of this oscillator. Therefore, there is always some finite value for R, and therefore always some finite value for Q. So that is how for undamped free oscillations, this quality factor is infinity, but for damped harmonic oscillator, this quality factor is some finite number, and that represents efficiency of this oscillator. And these are the two very important concepts which one should understand when one studies this type of damped harmonic oscillators. Now we are going to discuss one very important application of this theory, which we have learned in case of this mechanical damped harmonic oscillator. I am calling mechanical damped harmonic oscillator. In that case, what we did, we have seen what are the number of forces, then we have set the differential equation, we have solved the differential equation. Based upon that, we have gone for its energy calculations. We have shown there is energy loss, or the rate of energy loss, there is a quality factor, there is a power dissipation. So all these parameters we have seen in case of mechanical damped harmonic oscillator. Now oscillations there are mechanical, so in that case conversion of kinetic to potential and potential to kinetic, this type of energy conversion takes place, and through that process, during that process, some amount of energy is lost by that type of oscillator. That is our mechanical damped harmonic oscillator. Now in electricity or in electrostatics, there exists one circuit which is called as LCR series circuit. So LCR series circuit, the voltage source of the powering circuit is given by V. I is taken to be the current admitted through the circuit at one instant. R is the effective resistance of the combined load, source and component. L is the inductance of the inductor component, and C is the capacitance of the capacitor of conductor component. Now in this case, this R, L and C, they are connected in series, and they are connected to certain battery supply given by its potential to be V. Momentarily, once this particular capacitor is charged fully through this resistance and inductor, then shortcut this or remove the battery from the circuit, and now allow the circuit to discharge here. So in that case, what happens? In one stage, the entire energy gets converted into this way, that this current travels this way, and in the second time, when this entire energy from electrical energy to conversion into magnetic energy, this time this particular current travels this way. So alternatively, the current varies its direction. That means there is a discharge of this capacitor through this resistor. So resistor works here as a resistive force in case of this mechanical damped oscillator, and thereby conversion from electric to magnetic and magnetic to energy. So this energy is stored in the inductor is in the form of magnetic, and energy stored in the capacitor is in the form of electrical. So this conversion from electric to magnetic and magnetic to electric, this conversion takes place in such type of LCR series circuit, and this every time whenever this current is passing through this resistor, according to Ohm's law, there is always certain loss, and this loss is called as ohmic loss. So we can apply here expressions for the potential drops across these three cases. So in case of resistance, this potential drop RL is given by V into I, that is your simple Ohm's law. In case of inductor, this is given by this is VL, VR. Then in case of VL, voltage drop across inductor, this is given by L into di upon dt. That is your Faraday's law. And in case of capacitor, this VC is given to be by this simple formula for capacitor, that is Q upon C. And we have to apply this Kirchhoff's law, where that gives you the total addition of all these three must be equal to 0 whenever there is no battery in the circuit. So this expression gives you L into di upon dt plus this is V into I, and plus this is Q upon C is equal to 0, because battery is removed from the circuit and this capacitor is allowed to discharge through resistor, and in this particular case, as we all know, this current I is given by dq upon dt, rate of charges per unit time to a conductor, and this I can be replaced here, and therefore this expression becomes, this is L here, L into this dq upon dt, it is a second derivative, so it is d square I, this is d, this is di upon dt, so this di upon dt is dq upon di upon dt is d square q upon dt square, plus this v into I is nothing but di upon dt, and plus this q upon dq upon dt, and this last term is plus q upon c is equal to 0. Now remember, this equation is exactly identical to this equation, m into d square x upon dt square plus r into dx upon dt plus kx is equal to 0. This is what our differential equation for, this is what a differential equation for our damped harmonic motion, and this is the equation for this LCR series oscillator. So here m is like L is like m, this d square q upon dt square, that is like d square x upon dt square. Here x is the displacement, here q is the charge that is stored by this particular capacitor. So its second derivative, d square q upon dt square, is this term here. Then here that is r, that term is in between is r. Actually I have written this expression wrong here, this is r into I. So v is equal to ri, that is Ohm's law is given to be v is equal to ri, not vi. So this L into d square q upon dt square plus r into dq upon dt plus q upon c is equal to 0. This expression is exactly similar to this equation. Now solving, we have seen the methods to solve this differential equation. There also arises three different types of cases. Now what are these cases? We have seen overdamped, then critically damped, and the underdamped type of motion. Here also these parameters for in case of this LCR series circuit are given as R square, that is resistance square. If it is greater than 4L upon C, the circuit itself is not oscillatory, and in that case there is a overdamped motion, or the circuit is non-oscillatory circuit. Then the second condition is that when this damping force, that is R square, is equal to 4L upon C. Now this is what? This is whenever equal, this type of case is called as critically damped, or this case is also non-oscillatory. So whatever we have seen in overdamped case, in case of mechanical simple damped harmonic oscillator, and here critically damped state of this electrical oscillator, these two states are exactly similar to what we have seen in case of mechanical damped harmonic oscillator. So we can compare, or we can see the analogy between the facts we have seen in this mechanical damped harmonic oscillator and this electrical damped harmonic oscillator. So both of these cases are non-oscillatory, and these are the conditions which are put for the conditions for this overdamped type of oscillator as well as critically damped type of oscillator. And the last case, when this given resistance in the circuit, its square, is less than the 4L upon C, then this particular fact or this particular type of oscillator is called as underdamped electrical harmonic oscillator, and this time this particular current in the circuit is oscillatory, so it changes its direction, or the circuit itself, in the circuit itself, the conversion from electric to magnetic and magnetic to electric energy takes place, and that is how this circuit becomes oscillatory. So this LCR series circuit is one of the very fundamental and important circuit in the electronics as well as in electricity. As we know, this circuit plays a very vital role in several different types of instruments. So this is a electrical damped harmonic oscillator, and the components shown here are, this is one capacitor, this is what inductor, and this is one resistor. They are connected across certain battery. Then after some time, once this saturation is reached in the capacitor, that means it has stored all the charges to its capacity, then this is to be disconnected, the battery is to be disconnected and connect the circuit as shown here. In this case, this type of electrical oscillations takes place, or this electromagnetic oscillations takes place, and this circuit becomes like or behaves like exactly like the mechanical damped harmonic oscillator. So here also electrical energy is lost in case of this Ohm's law, that heating of this particular resistor, and step by step its energy goes on reducing. So all the equations what we have used earlier, or the concepts we have seen in earlier mechanical damped harmonic oscillator, these are equally applicable in this case, only the symbols change their meaning. In that concern, we can go for study of this simple table. Now that is a comparison between the mechanical simple harmonic oscillator or damped harmonic oscillator, and this is the electrical damped harmonic oscillator, that is the LCR series circuit. In that case, in mechanical damped harmonic oscillator, we have seen displacement is given by x is equal to a times e raised to minus rt upon twice m into sine of pt plus theta. This p is called as the angular frequency of damped harmonic oscillator. Exactly similar relation in q here. Q is equal to q0, that is the maximum charge that can be stored on the capacitor, into e raised to minus rt upon twice L, M is replaced by L, into sine of pt plus theta. So same expression for P also can be written from these conditions whatever we have written earlier. Then the velocity in this case is mechanical velocity, that is given by rate of displacement per unit time, that is dx upon dt. In this case, analogous or equivalence to this particular quantity in this electrical damped harmonic oscillator is capital I, that is called current, and which is given by dq upon dt. Time rate of charge is called as current. Here it is a velocity. We have seen in this case equivalent to m, that is mass, and equivalent to that in this particular electrical damped harmonic oscillator, that is going to be L, or inductance of this particular inductor. Then whatever damping force that plays a role in this mechanical damped harmonic oscillator, similar role is played by this resistance in case of this electrical damped harmonic oscillator. So even though the symbol appears same, doesn't matter. This is the force here, and this is the actual resistance of the material here, that is to be taken in consideration. Now energy loss rate, that is what we have already seen. This is given by dE upon dt, and this is going to be minus R into dx upon dt square. So that is the joules per unit time, whatever unit you can use. Here similar expression can be written for this electrical damped harmonic oscillator. This is given by dE upon dt is equal to minus R, that is the resistance, and this is dq upon dt square, that is the current square. So R into current, that gives you current square, that gives you the expression for the rate of loss of this energy in case of this damped harmonic damped electrical harmonic oscillator. Then quality factor in this mechanical damped harmonic oscillator, which is given by q is equal to m, that is mass of the oscillator, omega is angular frequency, and R is the damping coefficient in this particular case. Equivalent relation for this electrical damped harmonic oscillator is capital Q is equal to omega, that is the angular frequency, and this case angular frequency of this oscillator is given by 1 upon root L into C, whereas here this omega is given by root K upon M. These numbers actually we take from this free or undamped harmonic oscillators, this omega here. Here also we are taking this omega to be 1 upon root L into C. So this is inductor, value of the inductance and value of the capacitance, product of these two, square root and reciprocal of that, that gives you angular frequency of this electrical damped harmonic oscillator. And finally, as we have seen, this is what then expression, differential equation for the mechanical damped harmonic oscillator, which contains three different terms. Right hand side is 0. This equation is the equation for the electrical damped harmonic oscillator, which consists of L into d square q upon dt square plus R into dq upon dt plus 1 upon C into q is equal to 0. So form of this differential equation and form of this differential equation, these are exactly identical. So whatever methods and the aspects we have seen in case of mechanical damped harmonic oscillator, Same can be applied for this type of electrical damped harmonic oscillator. Only we have to replace the physical quantities there by corresponding physical quantities here, and otherwise we can study all these type of oscillators very simply. So this is what the case of the electrical damped harmonic oscillator. The study of that can be done exactly on the similar lines what we have learned in this mechanical damped harmonic oscillator. So if suppose we have finished this particular chapter here, where in these two sessions, in the first session we have seen the main of the basic concepts of this damped harmonic oscillators, like the differential equation, like the forces, differential equation, solution of that, then logarithmic decrement, these concepts. And this, in this present session, we started our discussion from the that is called as the energy of this type of damped harmonic oscillator. And now what a basic thing we understood here in chapter 1, that energy was constant there. In chapter 2, in the damped harmonic oscillator, energy is not constant, that goes on reducing. The rate of decrement has been calculated, and this rate is found to be useful in several other calculations too. Then there is a electrical analog of this damped harmonic oscillator or mechanical damped harmonic oscillator, which is called as electrical damped harmonic oscillator. So both of these chapters 1 and chapter 2, these are related to undamped free oscillations. Chapter 2 is damped harmonic oscillator, and both of these chapters, the basic concepts we have learned in this chapter 1 and chapter 2, we are going to use these concepts in the chapter number 3, that is called as forced oscillation. Till then, let's have a let's take a break and we will stop here. Thank you for watching. Thank you for with me for viewing this particular video. Thank you all.